imitate, to copy, to mimic, or to mirror the level of energy that your introduction comes in with. How do we do this? Well, for this client, what I mentioned to him was, and I was like, bro, you know, I love you, right? He's been a friend for a lot longer than he's been a client. I go, bro, you know, I love you, right? And he's like, yeah, what is it? I know you're going to say something. I'm like, yeah. And I just want to make sure that you got it with love, is that the energy of your music on point. It is an 8. Energy of your voiceover artist, great. She's giving an 8 energy. And then you're coming in with a 4. And it sounds like something changed. It immediately confuses us. We just notice that you don't seem excited, because when we get you next to those 8s, it comes down. I want to give him 3 options. I said, I'm going to give you 3 options. Option number 1 is that we redo the music and the voiceover artist so that they are coming in with a 5.5 or 6, so that you can come in with a 4 or 5, and people aren't going to notice it so much. I said, option number 2, we can leave the voiceover artist. We can leave the music because you chose it. You said you liked it. You said it was perfect for your avatar. So we can leave it, but you've got to at least start out your podcast. And hear me out. If you're listening to this episode, this is a part to listen to and to write down and to pay attention to. Said this to him as well. If those are coming out at an 8, you've got to start at an 8. You've got to come in and be like, what's up? It's blah, 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 blah. It's John Stockton. It's Adam Adams. It's Carl Carlson. It's Sarah Saracen. Is that a real name? Sarah Saracen. John Johnson, Carl Carlson, Swen Swenson, and Sarah Saracen. Sarah Ceratops. I'll say that. You come in at the same level. So what I told him is, you've got to listen to the intro music prior to recording. You got to listen to your voiceover artist prior to recording. And you have to have around that same level. Now, once you establish that level, you can slowly move up and down through the podcast and it will be fine. And I said, option number 3. Option number 3 is the hardest option, the most challenging, difficult option, but you might want to do it. And he's like, what is that? What's option number 3? And my response is that option number 3 is we leave the music, the original theme music, and the intro by the voiceover artist, in this case, a woman. We leave those where they are. You still listen to them prior to recording to make sure you're matching and mirroring, copying and imitating, and not going too far above or beyond. But you also, instead of partway through your podcast, letting your tonality and your emotion go way below, you would maintain it and constantly. You would maybe even write a 6 or a 7, 6, 7, or 8 on your wall behind you recording. And this would allow you to always say, I've got to, throughout the whole episode, I've got to be cordial. I've got to be friendly. I've got to be warm and inviting and flirtatious and helpful and excited and passionate about what I'm talking about, because those are the things that bring your people to you. It's your energy. It's how you come across. So don't forget it. Maintain that energy level at a 6, 7, or 8, especially if you've got music and a voiceover artist. You want to make sure that you are matching that when you launch. Or going back to option number 1, if you can't do any of that, it will be okay for you to record music that's at a 4 or 5 and an intro that's at a 4 or 5 if you really need to be at a 3, 4, 5, because then it won't be so drastic. It'll flow a little bit better. But I need to say again, it's still better to come in a little above average, not over the top, but a little above average at a level 6, 7, or 8.